to the Fellowship of Beer founding member launch, Q&A session, celebratory drink, whatever it needs to be.
All of those things.
All of those things. Cheers. So we are streaming on to Facebook on Steam Machine Brewing Company's Facebook page. We're streaming on to Fellowship of Beer's
YouTube
Facebook page, YouTube on both the accounts. So it should be in a few different locations. So we should be able to see all your comments in one place. If I'm looking down every now and again, it's just so I can see. It's just so I can see the comments and just bring them up onto the screen, just like that from Ian. Evening, Ian. Thanks. Pleased to have you aboard. Well, here we are. We're in Steam Machine Brewing Company, which, if you don't know, we are a craft brewery in the northeast of England, and we do things a little bit differently.
We do. Like this.
Like this. We're sat in a yurt in Aycliffe Industrial Estate. Where else would you be sat on a Friday night?
Yeah, exactly.
We're surrounded by customers out there, so there is the hubbub of the tap room happening.
Busy little number tonight.
It is busy tonight, so that's what the sound is in the back. Authentic. It's not canned pub sounds coming in.
If a fight breaks out,
yeah, just standard. People fighting over cheeseburgers, that kind of thing. What are you drinking, Phil?
Madame Salonin.
Oh, well, why not?
What are you drinking?
I'm on the Himmel beer, which is our lager from the tank. There we go. Andrew, good evening as well. Corey, good evening. Pleased to have you here, guys.
Have these people subscribed?
I believe so. Okay. There's a lot of names to remember.
It'll be a bit awkward if...
We are, how many did I say we were?
67.
67 now subscribed.
Yeah.
Out of 100, which is pretty good going for the first 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Exceeded expectations.
Way exceeded expectations.
I was quietly confident. I'm not sure anyone else.
We're confident of 50 plus though today.
Yes.
Were you?
Yes.
Ooh, dark horse.
Both
I was 49.
49. Well, I know you said I think we should have a beer to celebrate though.
Yeah, okay.
If you were having a beer to celebrate a launch like this, what would you have?
Would it be one out of the pack that these founding members receive?
I mean, it could be, or we could go off-piste.
What would you go for?
If you were going to celebrate style, what would you celebrate?
I'd have a Grand Bazaar, but there's only one bottle left. So.
There is only one bottle left, so we could drink
it's
that.
Mine. It's not mine.
Actually, I've got us something else to celebrate with. I've got us. This is West Flatiron 12. The first
That's far
one,
better than my suggestion.
First one I ever had was from Carl, who signed up onto this.
Really?
This was a present. Carl was number one today.
Yes, Carl.
Good work, Carl. This
Get
one
nothing extra for being number one. Though.
is from Matt McCosh, who smuggled it over from Belgium.
He's our illicit Belgian beer dealer, isn't he?
Yeah, got it. Since Carl moved back to England, we've had to find a new drug mule for illicit beers.
And we've done it.
So, Matty, if you're watching this, thank you. He is also on the Fellowship of Beer list, but I don't know his number. So, I'm not a number, I'm a
number
person. Number 2. So, did you know?
Are we having that now?
Yeah, we're having that now. Did you know we actually? I'm going to move this wheat that we pretend is barley. It's barley, kids. It's barley. It's not as sweet.
Seamless.
Did you know someone actually signed up yesterday?
Was it you?
It was not me. I was testing the website for 7.5 minutes, and someone called James signed up in that time.
Really?
Yeah.
So he was number one.
James is number one. So Corey says, "Wish I could get there, but I've got the den." Just opened a bottle of Shrine Builder from Holy Goat. Yes,
nice.
I'm the member.
We've had that, haven't we? That's good.
Holy Goat's great.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of their work.
That was the guy that brewed for Vault City.
That's right.
And felt his
out of love
creativeness suppressed, so he moved on.
That's right. Yeah. So he came up with a quick souring technique that's Vault City's blueprint.
Yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't happy with reading between the lines.
He wanted more out of his life.
He wanted to do more creativity. He wanted to go beyond the pastry sour.
Mixed fermentations.
Mixed fermentation, historic recipes, and barrel aging and all sorts of deliciousness. They do it very well, I think.
Andrew Hill's asking if we've got a good selection of beer for Christmas.
Do we have a good selection?
I think he means ourselves.
Do what? As in, just for personally or for Steam Machine Brewing Company?
I think both.
I like. Should we answer both? But you answer it while
I've got nothing for Christmas yet.
Do you not?
I keep drinking it. So.
I got. Did you get one of those? You didn't get one of those little packs, did you?
No, I didn't. Actually. Are you serving them?
Well, I was, but now I've drank it all.
You drinking one of your Christmas beers now, aren't you?
Yeah, this is one of my Christmas beers.
Merry Christmas.
So, in case you don't know, this is West Lateran 12, which is like one of the world's best beers. It's also
one of the world's most sought after.
Yes, it's sought after because to get it is quite difficult. You have to add your name to a list. And you have to visit a monastery.
Get a monk's phone number.
A monk's phone, yeah, pretty much. I wasn't very equal there, and you've been working hard tonight, so you can have the top half.
That's exciting.
Okay, I'll just mop up the rest of it. I'll lick that up from the beer mat later. Cheers. Does that just make you smile instantly? Just having a little moment there.
It's really nice.
So
it's going to be nice.
It's great. I have started my Christmas stash.
Yeah, okay.
I've got a couple of heritage stouts.
Yeah.
Don't ask me the name because I've forgotten. It's the Le Coq.
Oh yeah.
Brewery.
Easy.
I don't know. It's been a busy day. I can't remember, but it hasn't been made for quite a while. So I've got one of those. I've got one for you as well, actually.
Oh, thanks.
And I've got the last bottle of Ascension.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's for my Christmas dinner. But if
you're going to have 4 Steam Machine beers on Christmas Day, 4 and 4 only, what are you going for?
A couple of years ago, during lockdown, I got my sister.
Are we going past as well? Past him? No.
Are we? Well, I shared the bottle of Imperial Honeyed Mild with my brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah, what do you think?
And that was perfect with Christmas dinner. And so I'd probably just repeat that.
Okay.
What would you do?
I'd have the last bottle of Grand Bazaar.
Are you eyeing it up?
Yeah.
You can have it. You deserve it.
There's somebody's messaging saying I've also got a bottle of Grand Bazaar.
You've also
saving it for a special occasion.
Also got the last bottle of Grand Bazaar. That's
saving it for a special occasion, which is I've heard the next time they come to the brewery. So.
You could share it with us because we don't have any anymore. Actually, I do have some. I've got the first 6 bottles of Grand Bazaar.
The first 6.
The first 6, numbered 1 to 6, wax tipped. They were the first 6 we did, and I kind of hid them away for the museum.
Class.
No delusions of grandeur here.
Alex has just signed up.
Oh, good work, Alex.
Can't wait to join us on the journey.
We're looking forward to having you here. So how does
the journey start?
How does the journey
what
start?
What happens next for these people?
What happens next is very shortly. It's just like being invited to I don't know, a secret sex club or something, isn't it? I wouldn't know, but I imagine. I've got a creative imagination. That you will get an email soon inviting you to a private Facebook group. Oh, it's getting worse.
Oh, we've sold out. It's 100.
Well, Phil's going to be topless by the end of this. If that doesn't make you sign up, what will? You will get an email soon inviting you to the private Facebook group that we have set up. And we will start discussing, we will start making choices. Some of the first choices are going to have to be made quick because we're going to have a Fellowship of Beer online brew day within the next week and a half.
Really?
We are. We're going to be brewing something that's a surprise. Yeah, totally the other day. You're tired. And we'll just take it from that. We'll take it from that. And the choices that are going to be made are going to be you guys. We're going to talk through brew day each stage and the choices we make, and at the end of it, we're going to end up with a product that you guys will all have had a hand in creating. And the only people to drink that will be you.
It's pretty exciting. And us.
And us.
Yeah.
We're like members by default.
When do the founding members' beers go out?
Founding members' beers will go out as soon as the mystery gift arrives. We're having a mystery
Version
gift
down.
along with these 4 beers. We have all 4 beers here, so we're going to talk you through those. We have the barrel aged Saison Tempranillo. Camera autofocus. Doesn't work like Alexa, clearly. We have the Madame Salon. Do you like the Madame Salon?
It's alright. Yeah, it's amazing.
Just drinking it at the moment.
Yeah.
This is a barrel-aged cognac barrel imperial stout that if people were at the big mashup or if they've been down the tap room recently, they may have tried the only keg in existence of that beer.
Yeah.
And then 2 brand new beers that have never been seen before.
Triple Major.
Is a golden triple aged in a Chateau Major white wine barrel. Chateau Major,
We were lucky to get that barrel.
we were really lucky, and it was kind of by chance we got it. Chateau Major is one of the most expensive French wineries, and the wine from it sells for a fortune, so it's not often you see their barrels available. They're famous for their red wines, which is why we got a white wine barrel.
Yeah.
Beggars can't be choosers. And we've aged a golden triple away in the Chateau Major barrel.
Yeah.
We were tasting that as it was going along. We were tasting the flavour of that beer as it went. What would I?
It's a completely different beer to what went in the barrel.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It's just you cannot. It's no issue if it represents what went in. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Mark, old school friend there, missed the big mashup. Happy to have the Madame Salon. It's going to be there for you, buddy. And the last beer. This has been 2 years in the making. If I lean backwards. Here, put it in my face. This is, I've forgotten its name, it's been that long, 2 years in the making. It's called Hedgerow Vineyard, which is a Rioja barrel-aged version of the Bramble Barley wine we made with Hops and Dots 2 years ago. That
is the longest any of our beers have ever spent in a barrel.
So oaky because of it.
It's lasted longer than a lot of stuff.
Okay. Back, I'll have a sip of West Terra then. I'm snorting now. It's really nice. Certainly in the chefing department. Jesus. It was made with Hops and Dots, and the idea was producing something that appealed to things that were a bit out of the ordinary. Hops and Dots was focused a lot on hazy IPAs, and he does also have a love of going out to the countryside for a walk and picking stuff like we do. And so putting a native British ingredient that we foraged from the lanes of County Durham into a beer and then aging it away in a wine barrel that John had seemed like a natural thing to do.
We do this with every collaboration, or try to do something different.
Try to do something different, try to do something that isn't run of the mill. You know, we don't need 50 shades of 6% hazy IPA collaborated between 2 breweries with an inflated price. It's just like, tastes the same as it does anyway. And so with this, we started to make something different. I would say it doesn't taste like any beer I've ever had.
No.
So there are 4 unique beers in the sign-up pack. So you're going to receive these with a Steam Machine branded glass, which are our lovely, sexy pint glasses, slightly inundated. As my mate Niall in Ireland said when he received one in the course, he was like, "Oh my God, this is the best pint glass I've ever had." Who chose this? Must have been a woman because it's such a good design decision. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I'll leave it to your imagination if that helps your drinking experience.
You're in trouble.
And there'll be another surprise gift in your pack as well. So that is the start of the Fellowship of Beer journey. Now, any more questions? Any more questions? What is happening? Anything like that? And I'll load it up on the screen and we'll talk about it. Not so much a question, but a statement there for me. And hi, some of the West Veteran monks. I mean, like, I feel bad about breaking their Catholic vows, but, you know, I'm game if you are.
Yeah, all about the beer.
Spoken like a lapsed Catholic.
Yeah, lapsed.
It's quite a good word, lapsed.
Matthew's just got signed up. He was good. He thought he missed out because he's on holiday. He's in.
Matthew's in. He's in. He's
just,
there.
Just Matthew.
Yeah, so just to reiterate, I've forgotten the number again.
It was 67. I'm just going to check.
Let's have a little check. Let's have a little look.
76.
Oh my word! No, it's not. It's the other way around. It's 69. 76 is the other number. 69. Ooh, it's looking more like that illicit beer sex club we were talking
I
about.
don't know what you mean.
So that's like 70% of the numbers are filled for our founding members in the first evening.
It's pretty good, really.
Really good.
In the first 2 hours.
I mean, I must have another sip of West Terra to celebrate.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, so we are here to answer any of your questions regarding the fellowship, about how it works, what's going to happen, and things like that.
What are you most excited for?
I'm most excited, like I always am, about barrel aging. It's just there's nothing like it. It's like no, just barrel aging.
I'm excited about everyone else making decisions.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I was meant to say.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
We
course.
don't have to think.
Don't have to think.
We can say you just decide and we'll do what you tell us to do.
The Fellowship of Beer was born out of wanting to spread the knowledge of beer. That's what it was. That was what it was initially about. Its initial message was about, like quenching the thirst for beer education, and now we're doing that through the medium of beer. I want it. There's. It's very easy to think you're an expert or something, but the more you know you don't know. And with beer, that is essentially that.
That's true.
I've seemingly spent a lifetime studying beer. It's a hard job, but someone has to do it.
It doesn't end though, does it?
It doesn't end, and taking things to the next level, and that's what this is about. This is about showcasing when we brew a beer. We are making millions of choices.
Yeah.
Like the variables are seemingly limitless. We sit down and we imagine what we want that beer to taste like. We have that beer, and we're imagining this pint. What is the end goal going to be? What is it going to look like? What's it going to smell like? What's it going to taste like? What's the carbonation going to be?
It's like the tagline is, why should brewers have all the fun?
And
Because we do. We brew the beer we want to drink.
We love having fun when we do that. And so bringing you all into that is a further expression of that fun, to say, look, this is fun, get involved. How can bring these ideas together, create this unique beer that only us are going to enjoy? That's an exciting thing, I think. That's an exciting thing.
Corey says it's a great name, especially as a Lord of the Rings book fan.
Yeah, it was brainstormed a few years ago over lots of beers, and suddenly, like, Fellowship just came and stuck. It does seem like we're on an epic
It
quest.
does fit though, doesn't it?
Fits. We're on a quest. We're on a journey.
Do you have a personal preference in brewing a particular style of beer? That's a question.
Great question.
It's usually what you most like to drink, isn't it? No.
I mean, I
You know what? Imperial stouts, just because of the
was going to say that.
ridiculous amount of different malts that go in there.
Yeah. When we brew our Imperial Stout, we're using sometimes 8-9 specialty malts alongside a gorgeous base malt.
And it's a ridiculous amount of malt for how much beer you get out of it.
And so it's a workout mashing in with it. The mash tun's full, but the smells that are coming off that, you just go through this myriad of flavours and, aromas that are coming off that. It starts with that lovely kind of maltose, Ovaltine kind of smell, and then you build up layers of caramel, biscuit,
chocolate,
toffee, coffee, dark roast, nuts, and it's like by the time you finish mashing in, the colour change of the mash as well is absolutely incredible.
So we always add the chocolate at the end. Why do we do that?
We do that to reduce the tannins, to reduce the bitterness, because the dark malts, the chocolate malts and roast barleys, are highly killed. And so they're almost quite fragile and powdery. And if they're too vigorously stirred in with the rest of it, those powdery bits, which have tannin particles, are brought in with the liquid into the boil, which can add an astringency to the beer, which we don't want. And so that last bit at the end, when we add those dark malts, the darkest of dark malts, just suddenly changes the whole smell of the brewery in a moment.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
And so, yeah, I would say the same as you. That's my most
I think it's
exciting
amazing
thing
how
about it.
little the percentage of those malts go into the beer.
Yeah.
But the change of the colour.
It's like 7-8% difference of 7-8% of the malt is those dark ones. What I prefer to drink, I absolutely love all beers. I have been on a lager journey for quite some time.
You are on a lager journey, aren't you?
Yeah, I thought Germany would cure me of it.
This was like a COVID
Yeah,
inception, wasn't it? Well, I took you to Manchester. We went to Manchester.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
And we drank Pilsner Urquell straight from a tank.
yeah.
And it was like,
Just in fact,
and that was it, wasn't
we
it?
were actually at Indyman Beer Garden. I think that was my favourite beer.
Yeah, we wasn't even there. Yeah,
It was like just a Pilsner Urquell in a really good glass from the tank.
Amazing.
Kind of set us on a journey. We now have a load of tanks at the brewery to serve the beer fresh from.
Yeah.
And it was because of that. I do love lagers. I was in Germany in the summer with the family. We were there with Freistel Brewery in Tübingen. Now, because it's in the southern parts of Germany, the only thing you can really buy there is Helles. And it's like
50 shares of Helles.
50 shares of Helles. I'll be happy if I don't drink another Helles, to be honest. I just think it's neither here nor there for me. But I genuinely love drinking all beer. My preference isn't for hazy IPAs. I find them quite cloying.
What are your guys' favourite styles of beer? This could help us.
This is it. What's your favourite beers? What's your
favourite styles of beer? Corey says Manchester's amazing for craft beer. It is, isn't it?
It is amazing for craft beer.
Would you say it's the best city in the UK for craft beer?
I think Newton Aycliffe is pretty good. It's not a city.
No. When we get city status,
I've not been in Manchester for a while. I don't, I haven't been anywhere for a while, really. It's hard to get out of this yurt.
Hello.
So you go to Manchester a lot often than I do, and there is a lot happening.
Last week,
in the what's the quarter called? Northern Quarter. Northern Quarter's a lot of these things going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of independent breweries. There's some which have gone, which I wish I'd gone to. Sadly, I didn't.
I think people's replies to our question is quite
interesting.
It's quite exciting for what we want where we want this to go ourselves.
I'm going to bring another question before that. This is from a good friend of mine called Greg, who I used to teach with. So thanks so much for signing up. I'm aging well. Cheers, sweet cheeks. So let's have a look at
what's that question.
It wasn't a question. It was just my own ego. Corey loves Imperial Sours and Saisons. Imperial Sours. Oh, Bolton Brave.
Nice.
Barley wines.
Anything barley,
Imperial Stouts.
Barrel-aged.
Anything barrel aged. You've come to the right subscription box, Mark.
Mark just love beer.
Mark just loves beer. Corey will drink anything but stouts. Unfortunately, I can't get away with them. There's always
We're going to change your mind on this. We will change his mind on this.
I hope so.
He mentioned earlier on, can you select a non-stout box?
If you wanted us to sub something with a stout, I'll just drink your stout, Corey. I'll find something else.
I think you're going to grow up, love stouts are going to happen.
Could there be a
This could
halfway
be the new
house
mission
that isn't
of-
quite an imperial stout
No.
that the world hasn't seen very much in England?
What would it be?
Could it be a black barley wine?
Oh, yeah. We're looking at that, aren't we?
And should we brew one as the Fellowship of Beer?
A black barley wine.
Heard it here first. That's a tease for what we're going to be talking about next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, black barley wine. Get Googling that. Have a look. Jody Wright will try most things.
What do you guys think of Northern Monk and Leeds?
Do you know what? Gulan and I, my wife who owns the brewery, we were given a tour by, oh my God, I'm so bad with names. The owner and founder of Northern Monk.
Father Monk.
Father N. Monk gave us a tour of their new production facility when they opened up the big one. We had a fab time. I think they're on a very different journey than we are. They went into it with big money to become a big brand and a big supermarket brand, and their production facility is absolutely incredible. It's like I've never seen anything like it. The technology for canning the beers, the the walkway around all the tanks, and they do a lot of really, really good smaller batch beers as well, which they brew in
I was in
the
the tap room in Manchester last
in the
week.
refractory.
I had a double IPA.
Shout out to
Just
Liam in
small
the tap
batch.
room.
Liam, yeah,
Is
yeah.
he still there?
Yeah, he's still there. He's there last week. As friendly as ever. And I had the barrel aged Death Imperial Stout.
Was it good?
Both amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't just take Northern Monk as a supermarket.
No.
The smaller batch stuff's amazing, isn't it?
And you know that's the same with BrewDog, but like with less. But with with BrewDog, there's more abuse of the workforce. You know, their mass-produced stuff is allegedly their mass.
Sean Miller, give me Braggart.
Give me Braggart.
What are you saying? What are you thinking?
Give me Braggart. Honey beer.
Yeah.
There is a law. We'll have to look into it. There is like
We've
a law
mentioned this, haven't we? A lot,
regarding the amount of honey you can put in a beer.
So I had the last Braggart I had was Cloudwater, but they brewed it with a brewery in Budapest.
Oh,
so I don't think it was affected by our different
laws.
No. But it was really, really nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to blame anyone for interfering with beer, it's the government. Does your preference or taste change with the seasons? Yeah.
Although you still like sticking to the lagers, don't you, in winter?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I think winter's it's a good excuse to drink stronger beers.
I'm a bit reverse. I love the strong beers by the fireside.
Yeah.
But I like the parity of cold conditioning, cold produce, and crisp and cold in winter. And I like going camping in summer with an Imperial Stout, so you don't need to chill it. So it's like,
tactical drinking.
Tactical drink. And if you're camping and you don't want to get up for a wee every 5 minutes, Imperial Stouts are great for that.
Yeah, I agree.
I tend to, as the night's drawing, I tend to crave a bit of traditional English bitter with a nice.
Do you?
Yeah, with a
By fire.
By the fire, like in the old Vic in Durham. With a sparkler, nice big lamp, big fluffy head.
Yeah, I get that.
Thesis from the woods, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't mind change. It's not that I don't drink Imperial Stouts in the heat of summer. I probably do. It's just later in the day.
You definitely do. I tend to drink more IPAs in the summer, though.
Yeah. Does everybody else change?
What about you? Do you change what you drink? Should the Fellowship of Beers box
be slightly seasonal?
Twist around with seasonal.
It's an interesting question, isn't it? I probably drink a lot more saisons and stuff in the summer.
AS, or as he's known to his friends, loves our Imperial Stouts. Rackhams and Madams, but I do enjoy light, easy drinking IPAs. Yeah, we love all beers.
What are we saying about Rackham's at the minute?
Rackham's Rum Shop, I think, is one of the best Imperial Stouts we've ever made.
I agree.
However, I think the best Imperial Stout we've ever made
is Madame Salon,
which is in your box.
It is, yeah. So we had what did we have? 120 bottles left, and we just thought, we're gonna save them for
So those 120 bottles we've reserved for this 100
really
family
difficult
members.
decision.
So there's now 18 left. So if you want some and you're not in the fellowship, come sign up. Sean Miller does drink more seasonally nowadays. He's looking out for seasonal produce in the beer. When Cloudwater first started, that was their tagline,
Super
seasonal
seasonal
beer.
it was,
Super seasonal. Like they were doing Hopfenweisses.
Yeah, I remember that.
All sorts. And why I'm a big believer in seasonal foods, and the vegetables and stuff that you eat should be in season. I think it does make a difference. Lucas, Dark Nights, Dark Beer.
Yeah, can't argue.
I can't argue with that.
It does make sense.
No, you're right. I've got an ex-colleague here. My lovely Nikki still haven't tried any beer. Well, why not? Why not, Nikki?
Nikki.
You know where we are.
Have you sized yourself up?
We're just a flight, a train journey, and a short drive away from your destination.
And a subscription. They don't have to travel.
That's it. Straight to the Channel Islands, maybe. Actually, don't hold me to that. Ian has suggested CBD beer. I can see how that would work. You know, I don't know anything about it.
I don't. That's the issue with it.
I don't know anything about the legality about it. But however, cannabis is in the same family as hops.
I was at a beer festival last year, and there was a brewery dedicated to it.
Oh really? Did you try it?
No.
So I had
just because I don't know enough about it. Like, not that I don't know. No,
Yeah.
It just didn't appeal to me. But...
I had a hemp beer from Hawkshead Brewery
Yeah, okay.
about 8 years
I didn't
ago.
know the Monk did one, didn't they?
Did they?
Called Green Dragon or something ridiculous. Yeah. I didn't have it. I don't know.
We'll look into it. We'll look into it.
We never say no to anything, do we?
Geordie Matman. Look at that. Long-term follower. Their Rocket Lolly IPA jam custard beers were great. Who we talk about?
I think that's not the Monk. So they do these random like Yorkshire pudding pale ales and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I think they did. Didn't they do bar snack ones recently? Scampi Fries pale ale and
I think they did.
yeah.
I think sometimes breweries do this just to be controversial to get you talking.
What was our most ridiculous one? Was it ham and peas pudding? We didn't brew it.
Yeah, we brew it. We just said, let's make a Carrot Durham ham and peas pudding beer. Goza, ham and peas pudding Goza.
Ham and peas pudding.
Goza. Imperial Goza.
If you want this,
it's not going to happen.
It's up to you.
Sean Miller, yes, give me Braggett, Gruit, Grodziski. Have you ever had a Grodziski?
No.
It's
What is it?
It is an oak smoked sour beer from Poland.
Amazing.
So, did you not have one? Did I not share it?
Probably. I didn't know what it was.
I don't think I did share it.
Was it?
So our brew kit, big brew kit, came from Marble in Manchester, Marble Beers, when they wanted a new kit. And because we're dirty little skanks, we love second hands and upcycled and stuff like that. Even the chairs have got willies on the back of them because they came from the school. Not all of them. Not these ones, actually. These were from my sister's house. I know she drew willies. I'll move on. Moving on swiftly. And they'd done a collaboration with a Polish brewery. They'd made a Grodziski with a Polish brewery. But this Polish brewery had sent over some of their beers for them to try. Well, they didn't drink them all, so they sent them on to us. So I had this proper Polish Grodziski. I'm probably not pronouncing that right.
All I'm thinking is you didn't share it.
I know, sorry.
You share a lot. That's all.
Yeah.
You just shared a Western Side.
I did really like it. Though. It was really nice.
Would you revisit the style?
Yeah, let's brew one of those. Great suggestion, Sean. Dark lagers for sure. The only style I struggle with is a white stout.
Well, where are you at with white stouts?
I don't think I've ever really had one.
Did Durham do one?
They did, but it was just they were looking at it from the historic term of what stout meant. So stout in the old days used to just mean strong. Mild used to just mean fresh. And stock used to just mean old. So stout in the old days used to just mean strong. So stout porter became stronger porter. So Durham Brewery, they brewed like a barley wine type beer, like a strong English bitter, and they called it white stout.
Yeah.
It's now been renamed and slightly retweaked as their Alabaster.
Oh yeah.
So you can still get it.
And they call it a double IPA.
And they call it a double IPA in terms of, it's a highly hopped,
slightly stronger,
strong beer. So yeah, worth looking out for. But other than that, I've never had any of like the controversial. I have sat and thought, I think like a long time ago, how I would go about it in terms of using coconut and coffee berries and stuff like that to try and part as much kind of coffee and nutty, dark flavours into something while keeping it as pale as possible.
Yeah.
But
why?
But why?
No. I think it's a bit unnecessary.
It always seems a bit racist against beer, let it be.
Let's like have that chocolatey, coconutty, deep.
You finish your Western Style as well. It's great, by the way. So as it's warming up, I'm getting a bit more like marzipan notes from it.
It's quite highly carb, isn't it, at first?
Yeah, but it's like, like bubbling over the top.
What are your thoughts on a no-boil brew? This is something else we've talked about, isn't it?
Ange Kamar loves the barley wine. We also love barley wine. Shall we brew black barley wine together, guys?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What are my thoughts on a no-boil brew? Another one from
You've looked into this, haven't you?
I brewed one.
Yeah,
Do you not remember? We made a farmhouse beer about 4 years ago that was a no-boil. At the time, I was obsessed with Scandinavian farmhouse beers, and we were using Kvike yeast, we were using wild herbs, we were going out foraging meadowsweet and all kinds of old brewing herbs. And I made one. It wasn't actually with Kvike yeast. It was made with a Lithuanian farmhouse yeast, because my ancestry is Lithuanian, and that was a no-boil brew. And it tasted, when it was fresh, it tasted lovely. I bottled some up. It was only a small batch homebrew type size. The longer that I bottled up, it got more sour and it got more sparkling. And it actually became really cidery, and then it became quite acetic towards the end. A friend of mine, Peter, for his wedding, he made a no-boil saison. And it was really interesting. It was really nice. It kind of had, you know, that is it THP, the kind of Weetabixy flavour that could be like an off flavour of wine on the back. It can actually produce some kind of strange off flavours, but actually in that beer in the saison, it kind of enhanced it. It kind of worked really well with it. So, you know, maybe that's definitely something we'll look at, especially if it's something to be drunk fresh in the fellowship. And that's what appeals to me about doing something.
It's got to be drunk fresh, then.
Yeah, I would, because it's wild. It hasn't gone through the full pasteurisation that the boil system has in a closed loop system of the beer. But if it was the fellowship of beer and it was coming into your pack and you knew you had to drink it within a month, that's a bit different than us as a brewery putting something on a shelf or sending it out to bottle shops or pubs where it can, you know, take on a life of its own. So I definitely think let's explore more of that. Mark did not know about the Alabaster. Now you do, buddy. Another one from Sean Miller. Real traditional Leipzig Gose is a favourite of mine too. I've never had it.
Traditional
never. Coriander and salt. Gose.
I think Gose over here has completely been taken on by these triple fruited things, aren't they? It's
I think
like completely different. The traditional Gose is a completely different beast.
The UK craft industry is so influenced by America, and when America gets hold of something and then they change it and then it comes back to us,
5 years later we take it on.
Completely deviate. And you know, I would love to look at brewing a traditional Gose. Great. All these are fantastic ideas. Ian says Tartarus beers Abaddon 70% Imperial Stout is lush. I had the marshmallow one.
Yeah, I've had the hazelnut one, the original one.
Oh yeah, hazelnut one. I had that as well. I
still think the original was the best. Yeah.
Was it in like the original Bruiser box they had or something? Is that how we had it? I don't know why we.
I had it originally when they were first starting out. They did a Christmas market up here.
Oh yes.
It was really, really nice. Bowls market. And the original, I still think the original Abaddon was the best. Really low carbs as well, like all zero carb.
So John from Hops and Dots had a pop-up in Durham for a while, and he actually invited the Tartarus guys, the Tartarus couple, to his pop-up, and he had a tap take over there, and I went along and met them. We had a lovely chat. Yeah, lovely beers. Gone really well with them. Just looking through the comments, there's quite a lot. Put this one up just because I could do with another compliment. You know, one every 10 minutes keeps us topped up. Andrew visited this place early in the year with residents of the care home I work at. They're absolutely brilliant.
We remember that.
That was lovely.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was a lovely afternoon. It's a tough crowd, if I'm honest, but you know, everyone seems.
It was a tough crowd until we got the strong beers out.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it.
Easy work.
Came out of the shell after that. Wasn't as tough a crowd as we had a bus tour of
from Essex
of about 50 old age pensioners, and
they were a tough crowd.
More of a tough crowd because the tour company had told them they were going to a cheese factory.
Yeah,
and so they kept on asking us where the cheese was.
No food.
Oh, like sorry, we
had no food for them, just Imperial Stout.
Just Imperial Stout, yeah. I mean, we probably pitched that at the wrong level.
Yeah,
you know?
They were all asleep after like the second taste there.
We learned from our
lessons. This dinner was a nightmare.
Terry is so happy to have joined. Well, Terry,
Terry, you're like
Spoiler alert,
he's
you
like-
were a pre-founding member.
he's like season ticket holder for Steve.
It was Terry was one of our original Fellowship of Beer small collective. So whether you'd signed up or not, you were always going to be a founding member.
You would have been member 101 if you didn't sign.
Yeah, exactly. He sat in Peepow Beer Haven in Warsaw having a few. Amazing place. Ah, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
I knew you'd been there.
Yeah,
You sent me a photo from there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Is that the one with the wall of beers where you ask the price but he doesn't know them?
I thought that was completely somewhere else. That was in Vienna.
All right.
He was the guy who dealt in like Cantillon beers and stuff like that. And he had an amazing collection. But whenever you asked what the price was, he was like, "You need to ask for it first." I get out of the fridge, and I was like, "I'm not."
You know, like, you need to
know
commit
what,
first, then I'll tell you the price.
I'm not going to do that.
I was like that actually earlier with I actually needed a USB converter to get this live stream working, and it was a bit like that. So I looked everywhere for it, and I actually went into a phone shop, like a phone repair shop. I was like, I need this nail to see, and he's like, oh, you need one like this, and it was like, I was like, that's like the one you're using at the moment. Is this just yours? And he's like, yes, but I will sell you it for £8. So I'm like, it's half the price on Amazon. But I need it now, so okay. Never miss an opportunity.
That's like us when we tell everyone there's only one bottle of Grand Bazaar left. I'm joking. There is one.
There's Anth, Heineck, hi Phil.
Hi.
Who is Anth? He only comes in with his wife once a month or so. I hear. Are we still that polite line or not? I think he's in the bar actually. Is he still in there? He's having a beer. Shazam.
Anne says, will we get a chance to visit the brewery whilst brewing is taking place and help out? Absolutely. Christ. You're going to do as much work as possible.
Do you like digging out mash tuns? Phil does. Doesn't get these biceps enough.
You're all coming in to help. You're all going to be on a rota basis. And so Anne's your next week.
People who live near will welcome you into the process, and there'll be chance for capping, boxing up. It's going to be a real community effort. People who live further away, don't worry, we're going to create local meetups around the country.
And we have a premieration close by for the show.
Yeah, exactly, there is. And we want to create eventually members festivals as well, where we'll have specific events for members to travel to around the country, because we're going to be brewing all this amazing beer, right? And we're going to be bottling most of it. But some of it we can keg up in small amounts. And what we're going to do with those kegs, we're going to keep it, we're going to lay it down. You might think, remember that incredible black barley wine from early 2023? I wish we could have that again. Well, we'll have laid it down and then we'll break it out for a festival. So you will have a chance to try it again.
And there'll probably only be ever one keg of each.
Exactly. Yeah, there won't be much. Corey's glad he only lives 5 minutes away. Well, guys, if there is any more questions, one coming in now. Reckon you can make a chocolate orange stout, ideally imperial, that doesn't taste awful. I've had many letdowns. How would I approach that? How would you approach that? I think using orange peel.
I think the thing with the orange is it can taste really medicinal in a stout, which is where a lot of people get quite offended by it. Don't they?
And also, not to slag off our friends in other breweries, but a lot of people use a lot of artificial flavours. And if you use a lot of artificial flavours, yes, it can just end up tasting like orange Calpol. If I was going to approach it, I would approach it like a Terry's Chocolate Orange, where Terry's Chocolate Orange, the only orange it contains is orange oil mixed with the chocolate. So, that could be a way we could look at, okay, how to get orange oil. Well,
is there an issue with that being oil? Or not?
It could be. It could affect the head, the lipids could affect it. But if you think where the oil comes from, it comes from the orange peel, from the skin, just much like wits and stuff like that contain the orange peel. Well, we could get it that way. We could also add orange zest and stuff like that post fermentation. There's all kinds of ways we can investigate.
What fruit have we had trouble with? Any? Pineapple was always a trepidation for us, wasn't it?
Pineapple's an issue because pineapple contains enzymes that attack lipids that dissolve fats. When you eat pineapple, it starts to kind of hurt, dry your mouth.
Yeah.
It's because the enzymes are attacking the fats in your flesh, dissolving it. If you cook in venison, you can that's a top tip is soaking it in pineapple juice for a couple of days because it breaks down the sinews and the fats. But if that's doing that to venison, imagine what it's doing to the beer.
Yeah.
And so you have to use like roasted pineapple. You have to have a heat at a certain temperature to denature the enzymes and all sorts of stuff like that. So, Sean Miller thinks we should do a collab with St. Mark's.
Yes.
You want to
Yes, Sean.
Do you have an in for us, Sean?
St. Mark's.
Get us an in with
my favourite brewery other than Steam Shane.
We will be.
They're very Steam Shane.
Just upcycled and
just everything's amazing. European based beer is amazing.
Apart from they've got
an amazing tap room.
We don't have
everything's amazing. St. Martin's does.
I'm going to ride that cool shit.
You've not been there yet, we know.
We're going to go there tomorrow.
It's amazing. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're doing it tomorrow. Ange, think about beer with champagne. So great. Thos Cordial was amazing. Also, Thos Cordial actually used champagne yeast.
Champagne yeast was in our 12-month road trip.
12-month road trip, yeah. Which was a white grape IPA. It was kind of like our impression of what brut IPAs were meant to be.
We did one. Everyone else just did nippers.
Everyone else
did
nippers that smelled.
Then everyone just thought that was the brut IPA.
Yeah, ours was amazing. We should redo that. So yeah, what was
the benefit of using the champagne yeast?
Did
it dry? We said it dried out the beer.
Yes, but normal beer yeast will ferment large sugars, whereas the champagne yeast won't. So we actually had to use the champagne yeast to ferment out the grapes to get the champagne flavour. We almost made a wine inside a beer at the same time.
Do that again.
So guys, we're going to wrap it up because we've waffled on for about 55 minutes and we don't want you to get too bored, as our lives tend to peter out and then you sort of drift away at bed. So I think we should finish on a high.
But congratulations for
signing up. Should we have one quick check to see if we've got any more sign-ups? Yes, we do. We're on 72, 73. 73 now. Is that not the number I said last time?
No, you said 69.
Oh yeah, I made it. Kyle would definitely have giggled after.
Kyle took a 4 of it, so it's all friends.
73. So we now have 27 places left on the Fellowship of Beer founding members.
I think gone by tomorrow night.
I mean, that'd be amazing. If we close shop by the end of the weekend, that would be incredible. Spread the word to your beer-loving friends. Nice people, or not people you don't like.
Why should brewers have all the fun?
Why should brewers have all the fun? I'm going to leave you with the video at the end that we started with, just so you can see our smiling faces performing some beery tricks. We're going to finish this Westford Heron, and then we're going to see if we can maybe find another cheeky beer at the bar. And then we're going to help Poor Amy tidy up because all the customers have been making a mess while we've been in here drinking.
Also,
beers.
if you are a local founding member and you come in the brewery, let us know at the bar.
Yeah, tell us.
Absolutely.
So I'm a founding member. We don't know what will happen. You might win a beer mat or something.
Win a beer mat.
Well, definitely if you come for your local collection, definitely stop
come in later. Definitely.
There may be discounts. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a lovely weekend, and we will see you for another live.
You're getting your beers very soon.
Hopefully soon.